we'll be working out the tibialis anterior. This muscle is located on the upper lateral outer surface of the tibia or shin bone. Its origin is on the upper half and lateral condyle of the tibia. Its insertion is in the medial cuneiform and its first metatarsal bone of the foot. Its actions include dorsiflexion and inversion of the foot. The exercise we'll be doing today strengthens the tibialis anterior, and the antagonistic muscles include soleus and gastrocnemius, and the synergistic muscles include deep peroneal nerve.
Next, we're exercising peroneus longus, which is located on the outside of the lower leg. Fibularis longus connects the tibia and the bones of the fibula to the foot by a small tendon. The tendon of the peroneus longus passes through the ankle posterior to the lateral malleolus and wraps around the sole of the foot. The contraction of the peroneus longus muscle also helps support the transverse arc of the foot by holding the tarsal bones and metatarsal bones in the correct anatomical position. Its origins along the lateral condyle of tibia and head and shaft of the fibula. Its insertions at tarsal and metatarsal bone. Peroneus longus allow the plantar flexion and eversion of foot, which also supports the arch. This exercise works out the muscle that I'm using because it uses body weight to lift the calf and strengthen the peroneus longus. The synergetics of this muscle are gastrocnemics, flexor ductorum longus, flexor hallucis longus, peroneus brevis, hallucis, and plantaris. The antagonists of this muscles are tibialis anterior and posterior.
Next, we are going to exercise the triceps brachii by doing the tricep dips. To do tricep dips, you can either use a chair, table, couch, or even the floor. To begin, put your arms shoulder width apart on the surface. Arms should be directly below shoulder. Then rotate your wrists so they face towards your body. Next, put your legs in front of you. You could either bend your knees like shown in the video or have them straight out for a more intense workout. Then proceed to bend the elbows until they reach 90 degrees, at the same time lowering your body. Then, using your triceps, return to the starting position. Remember to keep your shoulders rolled back so you do not sink into them. Most of the movement should come from the arms and not the hips. This exercise works because as you bend the elbow, the tricep muscle is relaxed, but as you return to the starting position with the arms straight, the muscle contracts, which strengthens the triceps. The triceps brachii are located on the back side of the forearms opposite to the bicep. The muscle is divided into three parts, the long, medial, and lateral heads. The origins of this muscle are the infraglenoid tubercle of the scapula and the lateral and medial surface of the humerus. The insertion is the olecranon of the ulna. The actions of this muscle are extension of the arm at the shoulder, adduction of the arm at the shoulder, and extension of the forearm at the elbow. The synergists of the triceps are the deltoid, pectoralis major and minor, rhomboids, levator scapulae, and the latimus dorsi. The antagonists are the brachialis, the biceps brachii, brachioradialis, supraspinatus, and the lower portion of the trapezius muscle. The next muscle is the pectoralis major, more commonly known as the pecs. Do a push-up, lay face down on the floor and put your hands parallel to your shoulders, then lift your body using your arm strength until your arms are at a 90-degree angle, and then lower your body to a couple inches off the ground and repeat. This muscle lies on the anterior part of the human body, specifically the chest. It's fairly large, spanning from the shoulders to the breastbone. It is also more evident in men than in women because it hides under the breast. Its action is flexing, rotating, and adducting the arm. It also helps extend the rib cage for lungs to expand during breathing. This exercise works because it is involved in moving the arms, which the pecs control. Therefore, the more you use the muscle, the stronger and bigger they get. The origin of the muscle is the clavicular head, medial clavicle, sternocostal head lateral, or the manubrium and sternum, the upper costal cartilage, and the external oblique aponeurosis. The insertion is the lateral lip of the bicipial groove of the humerus, and the interior lip of the deltoid tuberosity. The synergistic muscles are the pectoralis minor, subclavicus, trapezius, latissimus dorsi, rhomboid major and minor, and the levator scapulae. The antagonist muscles are the deltoid, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres major and minor, and the subscapularis. Next, we are going to exercise the latissimus dorsi by doing the bent over row. To do this exercise, you would start with a solid stance, then slightly bending the knees and leaning forward with shoulders rolled back, hips sitting back, chest open and back straight. Then, with elbows leading, pull the arms towards the rib. You may use weights or, in this instance, water bottles for this exercise. This exercise works because while in this position, the muscle is contracted and when you perform the rowing motion, it strengthens the latissimus dorsi. Remember not to round the spine or the exercise will not be effective. The latissimus dorsi is the widest muscle in the human body. It is located on the back and is divided into two sections, partially covered by the trapezius muscle. The origin of the latissimus dorsi are the spines of the sacral, lumbar, lower thoracic vertebrae, iliac crest, and lower ribs. The insertion is the intertubercular groove of the humerus. The action of this muscle is that it extends and adducts the arm, rotates humerus inwardly, and puts the shoulders downward. Synergists of this muscle are the pectoralis major and minor, subclavius, serratus anterior, trapezius, rhomboid major and minor, and levator scapulae. The antagonists of this muscle are the deltoid supraspinatus for spinatus, teres major and minor, and subscapularis.
Next, we're going to exercise the platysma. The platysma is a paired, flat, superficial neck muscle. It is found throughout the lower region of the face, which extends from the facial skin slightly above the insertions of the lower jaw to about the height of the second rib. It also covers the sternocleidomastoid. It does not have a fixed attachment like other muscles that attach to ligaments and bones, so it is directly connected to the skin. Its origin is the fascia of chest or pectoral muscle and the shoulder or deltoid muscle. Since it has a direct insertion on the skin, it is able to create and control our lower face expression. For example, depressing the skin of lower face and mouth, abduction and adduction of the jaw or mandible. This exercise can tighten the skin on the neck and the muscles underneath. It can also firm the neck and the jaw. Its synergistic muscle is the sternocleidomastoid. Its antagonist muscle is the masseter and temporalis.